Hi, I'm just in this fairly young patch of old man's beard. It's probably a few years old. It's just growing quite rapidly now. It grows about 10 metres a year. This one's about 10 metres in each direction. So old man's beard is a type of clematis, Clematis vitalba. We do also have some native clematis in New Zealand, so it's important to make sure we identify old man's beard correctly before tackling it. What we see is old man's beard has these 5 leaves. It also has a ribbed stem. So if it has a smooth stem or 3 leaves, then it's a native clematis. So we're looking for 5 leaves and a ribbed stem. The first thing we want to do is just to snip it around chest height and just leave it in the tree, leave it hanging in the tree. That will then die off. Then we want to chase the root down until we find the main root on the ground. If you have any trouble finding the main root, you can look for these couple of little white nodes coming off the branch here. These are pointing away from the root, so we go down from those and then find the main root. The old man's beard sets root in the ground about every 15 centimetres. If they pull up easily, like this one, we can just pull them. If we work along, we find some are a bit harder to pull up, like this, so we're going to need to do something about that. Quite often we find the old man's beard is tangled up with other weeds. Here we've got a really massive ivy plant. We might just need to deal to that at the same time. There's some little ivy in the way here, so we just snip that off. Where the roots don't just pull away, you just need to dig around them a little bit, and then you can snip them, something like this, and apply herbicide to them. So I'm using a herbicide called Picloram, P-I-C-L-O-R-A-M, and we just dab a little bit on, just no more than half a mil, just onto the exposed bits. It's important to apply the herbicide within 30 seconds, otherwise the plant exudes sap and it won't have the effect that you want. And you can try other herbicides like a glyphosate or a woody weed killer. You might need to go back and check though, especially in winter they're less effective. In summer you might have, they'll certainly have some effect, whether it kills it or not. We continue to chase the old man's beard root along the ground, either pulling it out if it's easy or cutting and putting herbicide gel on the roots until we have all of the root nodes tackled. This is the final root node now on this plant, so we're just going to cut and paste the roots. Then you just jam that old man's beard root into a tree, making sure none of the roots are touching the ground. If they touch the ground, then the plant can resprout. So that's it, job complete. If you come back in a couple of weeks, check all the leaves have browned off, also check the roots aren't regrowing, and then come back every year and just check for new seedlings. Ka pai.